What is going on, guys? It's me, your host, the one and only Two Toast. And on today's video, I'm going to be bringing you guys part 3 of the Almost Arrested mini-series that I got going on my channel. And this story also has my homie Jacob in it as well. This is the last Almost Arrested story that he's going to be in. The 4th one, which is going to be coming up pretty soon on my channel here in the next few days, is going to be a good story. So that's the most hectic Almost Arrested one, so if you enjoy this video, please stay tuned for that one. Let's go ahead and jump into the video. This story takes place back when I was 17. At this particular time in my life, me and my homie Jacob would be riding around all the time, just bumping tunes, chilling out, hanging out, doing whatever, just trying to get out the house, trying to have a little freedom, you know? Enjoy our lives a little bit more. That's what we were doing on this particular night. We were just driving around, bumping some tunes, hanging out, talking, having a good time. It was probably about 8, 9 o'clock at night, and we were just about to be wrapping things up here in a little bit, taking one more lap around the town, and head home. Took us a little while to finish that lap, due to what happens here in a couple minutes. Held us up just a little bit. I remember that I was driving down this one particular road that was notorious for having pretty strict cops on it. Just one of those streets that you really had to pay attention for them, watch out, be careful with how you're driving and everything like that, because the cops in that previous town, they'd pull you over for anything, especially where we were driving at. It was just one of those spots that was known for people being pulled over all the time. See motherfuckers on the side of the road, woo woo, lights behind them and all that, yeah. I was driving down the road. I was speeding just a little bit. I was probably going 60 in a 45. There was no cars around me at the time and no people or anything like that, so I was just kind of cruising, not really paying too much attention, just kind of going, you know how it be. I see this car get up pretty close behind me, and after a couple seconds I realize, like, yeah, I'm about to get pulled over, aren't I? So I look over at my homie, I'm like, yo, you about to get pulled over, and he's like, huh? Not even 5 seconds later, sirens go on, lights, whoop whoop. You know, gotta veer on off the road. I pull into this little side street, just waiting for the cop to come up to my car. To my dismay, whenever that cop gets to my car, lo and behold, who is it? Who do I notice it is? It's the same cop in my 4th Almost Arrested story. This is the same cop that pulls me over in that story. And this story that I'm telling you guys right now, this story is taking place not even 2 weeks after I get pulled over for the first time and get sent to the diversion program. All sorts of nonsense. I'm like, shit. Probably the worst case scenario. Maybe by the end of it, I realized that it was probably one of the best case scenarios, because he was a pretty chill cop. I already know what I have in the car. I have a little bit of weed and a one-hitter, which is exactly what got me sent to the diversion program that's going to be on my 4th Almost Arrested story. Exact same shit. I'm cooperative. I'm like, you know what? The best way I'm going to get out of here is just being honest with these homies. Try and speed up the process, make it as easy as for us on both ends here. Trying to do my best. So I give him the stuff, and he has me hop at the car. He has a very stern talk with me about, like, I caught you red-handed not even 2 weeks ago with the same shit. You promised me that you wouldn't be driving around with this paraphernalia and shit on you, and I'm like, yeah, I know, but
gotta smoke somehow, bro.
I didn't say that to him, but that's what I was kind of thinking in my head, because of how I look at weed, I view it as medicinal rather than just getting stoned, you know? Anyways, besides the point. Didn't say that to him, but I was just kind of like, you know, apologizing to him, being like, yo, I was being stupid, I fucked up, I'm sorry, won't happen again. As I'm talking to this cop, he has his partner searching my car, and Jacob was not standing by me at this time. I think he was just standing outside the passenger side of the car, or maybe even near the front of the car or back of the car, something like that, while the cop had me aside and talking to me. Car was getting searched while I'm getting a stern talk to, and they found another little tiny pipe, and I had completely forgotten about it because it was like 3 inches long. Not the best pipe, and the reason I had it and I forgot about it was because the smoke shop that I went to at this point in time, they gave me a little punch card when I first went there for the first time, and it's like, once you buy so many things from there, you know, you can get a little, you can get like a free e-liquid or a free tiny little pipe, and I got the free tiny little pipe. It was just, it's a free thing, so it's not going to be quality. I remember I used it once or twice in the entire lifetime that I had that thing. So I'm thinking it had been used maybe once to smoke a bowl out of it, which the bowl was so fucking tiny, couldn't pack shit into it, but whatever. It was used like once, and I realized it wasn't worth it, but I thought it was pretty cool to have. So I just left it in my car, and I had completely forgotten about it. And when he found that, he was like, "Yo, I thought you told me you gave me everything." And he thought I was lying to him at first, but no, I had completely forgotten about that little tiny pipe in there, man. And because they found that in there and I didn't give it to him, they almost took me to jail on that, bro. Like, straight up, whenever he pulled out that pipe, I thought to myself, I was like, shit, I'm fucking going to jail. Just by the way the cop was talking and how his attitude changed just slightly. Thought I was trying to give him the runaround and shit like that, which wasn't true at all. I talked a little bit more, and I explained to him that, you know, you can see it was pretty much clean as shit, and I had anyways, he believed me that I had forgotten about it, because I had been so cooperative up until that point. He ended up believing me, thankfully, and didn't take me to jail for that. But the only way I was actually able to get out of jail that night, same type of situation as my last almost arrested video, where I had to give the cop some sort of information on one of my plugs. So at this point, because he was telling me I had to give him some information, especially for it being my first time, man, I was giving him a little hard time about that one, you know. I didn't want to rat on no one, and I didn't really. What ended up happening, transpiring for me to get out of jail, was there was a text on my phone between me and one of my plugs, just me trying to get a 40 worth of some weed. And cop just took a picture of that and said that, you know, use that as evidence. The text didn't really show anything. The text, it's not like it showed an address or a name or like anything. It didn't really show any too much information other than that this one person was selling weed. That's all they knew. I didn't know where he stayed, and I didn't give them a general description of where he lived because I wasn't about to do that shit. I just kept telling him I'm honestly not sure where he lives, and I didn't know his exact address, but I knew roughly kind of where the homie was. Luckily, after that all transpired, nothing ever came of it. That plug of mine never was arrested for anything. Nothing ever came of the text or anything like that. The cop taking a picture of the text. No one ever got arrested or raided or nothing like that. So, very thankful about that. They didn't have enough information to really go after any one person anyways, because from what I told them and what they saw, they couldn't. They had no 100% proof, so couldn't go after anyone, thankfully. After that all happened, me and my homie, we got back in the car, started driving, and I was like, bruh, I hella thought I was fucking going to jail right then and there. I thought you was gonna be left here on the side of the road with my car, and I was gonna be in the back of a cruiser being taken down to the county jail, whatever. Thankfully that didn't happen. My homie even thought I was going to jail too. He was worried for me, cause he said after he thought I was going to jail too. That motherfucker was probably ready to record my ass getting handcuffed though and everything. No lie, like he was. That would have made for a much better story, wouldn't it, huh? But didn't end up going to jail that night. Never gone to jail ever. Trying to keep it that way. Don't plan on ever going. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I really greatly appreciate it. And till next one, guys. Oh, before I go, I wanted to say I hope everyone out there is having a chill day. Please leave me a comment down below saying whatever you want to say, whatever's on your mind. That's all. Whatever's on your mind at this moment in time, leave it down in the comments below. And till next one, guys. See ya.